What's up everybody, it is I, Eurovange, and welcome to another Pokemon Go PvP Kingdom Cup video. Alright, let's get into the battles. Now this first guy that I'm fighting here is really good at Kingdom Cup. Like, I have not been able to beat him in a best of 3 yet, okay? So, at this time, what I knew about him was he shared his perfect 12-15-15 Bastiodon. That's perfect for PvP IVs. In our group chat, and I was thinking, okay, he's probably gonna bring Bastiodon. He probably really loves that thing. Plus, it was lucky too, you know, insane, right? So yeah, I gotta bring me some anti-Bastiodon Pokemon, and the best anti-Bastiodon Pokemon that I know is Lucario. But you know, yeah, other than Lucario, Flygon. Flygon is an amazing anti-Bastiodon Pokemon. Plus, you know, I also brought, you know, Lucario just in case my Flygon takes it in the first round. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. Get rid of the big threat, get rid of Bastiodon, and then just, you know, just in case he had his Lucario, I've got Altaria. Alright, let's see how we do. So we start the match off with Flygon versus Alolan Marowak. And Alolan Marowak is probably the best anti-Lucario Pokemon in the whole entire metagame. So I was pretty happy to be fighting this thing. And plus, you know, Flygon. Flygon can take Alolan Marowak. Flygon can definitely take Alolan Marowak, but you have to be really careful of those Shadow Balls. Alright? Shadow Balls. Like right here. Look at this, okay? It was friggin' awesome that I shielded right there, because if I got hit by those Shadow Balls, I would be dead. Okay, so anyways, we take it out, and he gets a switch in. He brings in Lucario, which is freaking fantastic. Okay, we're gonna be able to, like, you see the damage that we were able to do? That was a lot of damage from that one Pokemon, Flygon. Fantastic Pokemon. Okay, so we bring in our Lucario counter, Altaria, and we take it out, and the last Pokemon is Metagross, shiny Metagross, which, you know, I was not really preparing for, but we got this, you know. We got Lucario in the back. Okay, he's gonna take us out with Meteor Mash. Lucario, okay, done. Alright, so for the next match, what I wanted to do was, I wanted to lead with Lucario. And the reason why is because I caught his Alolan Marowak lead in the first match with my Flygon. So I was thinking, he's not gonna do it again, right? Right. Okay, so Lucario as the lead, which is also a very good idea because you still have your shields. And Lucario with shields, that's fantastic, alright? That just, it does a lot of damage. Even to some of its counters, it can beat, like Altaria, it can beat with shields. Okay, anyways, so we also have Flygon in the back because just in case, you know, it isn't Bastiodon that I end up catching, you know, I still have an anti-Bastiodon Pokemon with Flygon. Plus, you know, Flygon can handle Alolan Marowak, okay? Okay. And then Altaria, just in case he brings his Lucario. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so we start the match off with Lucario versus Altaria. Okay? He's starting with an anti-Lucario Pokemon. It's kind of sucky, but, you know, it is what it is. We have shields, alright? And we're gonna burn both of those shields to beat Altaria, and yeah, basically like get one hit on the next Pokemon, which is, I think, for me, a win because you do have that favorable switch in. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna burn both shields. We're gonna do a lot of power-up punches. You can actually try to go for the Shadow Ball. You know, you can try to do that, but it's risky. Okay, if they catch you, no, you're not gonna come out on top. Okay, but anyways, he brings in Charizard, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. That he's got Dragon Claw, and I decided to bring in Flygon as fodder. Okay, as just take the Dragon Claws, do as much damage as you can. Honestly, like, Charizard isn't that big of a problem to most things, not named Lucario, but he's got the shield advantage. That's the thing, okay? If he takes, I don't know, it's bad, but, you know, it is what it is. Honestly, like, what I should have done there was I should have brought in the Altaria, because even though my Altaria, well, it's gonna take a Dragon Claw right there. Even though my Altaria does take it out, the last Pokemon is Alolan Marowak, which I think I could have handled much better with my Flygon. But, you know, it is what it is. You live and you learn. I take a Shadow Ball to the face. Alright, so for this third match, I was thinking Flygon was better with the shield, so let me lead with him. That's what I was thinking. That's a mistake, okay? Lesson for using Flygon properly. Don't use him as a lead. The reason why is because he's better in a game without shields, alright? Or, you know, if you have shields, your opponent doesn't have shields, he's better as a finisher because that earthquake, people always like, you know, make a big deal out of the Dragon Claw. Yes, Dragon Claw is fantastic, but the earthquake is what makes Flygon a lethal Pokemon in this metagame, alright? So, yeah, this was a mistake. Team comp kind of, right? But, you know, let's see how we do. So we start the match off with Flygon versus... It's a big mistake to bring Flygon as your lead. It's not a good idea, okay? So don't do that. Learn from my mistake, okay? Yeah, I forgot to mention, by the way, that before this match, he messaged me. He was like, do you have a Bastiodon? And I was like, no. That was stupid as well. Because now he knows that I don't have a Bastiodon, and he actually brought 3 anti-Lucario Pokemon. He brought 3 Yup, it was stupid. So that's another thing. Don't answer questions from your opponents as you're battling them. Anyways, my Altaria, that was another mistake right there. I just don't bring Altaria to fight Altaria. That's dumb. Alright, anyways, another anti-Lucario Pokemon, which I do take out with Shadow Ball. Fantastic, great, that's wonderful. And another anti-Lucario Pokemon. It's just like, whoa. Okay, so moving on to the next best of 3. For this first match, what I wanted to do was I wanted to try out Alolan Ninetales. Why? Why would you want to do that? The reason is because at this point in time, not a lot of people had Bastiodon yet. So, test it out. I was thinking, since my friend here, and I do know this guy very well, right? Since my friend really likes Altaria, try it out, right? Powder, Snow, Ice Beam type of thing. Plus maybe I can hit, you know, his Lucario with a Psyshock, which is neutral, right? But it might kill it. You know, you never know. Let's try it out. We'll see how it plays out. So it's basically like the bodyguard for my Lucario, which is my lead. And Flygon's there because I felt bad for using him like a complete idiot in the first best of 3. So we start the match off with Lucario. And he starts off with Melmetal, and I'm about to break that thing into scrap metal. Okay, he swaps in his Altaria. We brought the right bodyguard. We brought Alolan Ninetales, and Alolan Ninetales can take it and give back, alright? But here's the thing. It could have been Charizard, right? It could have been something else that we can't beat with Alolan Ninetales. And so, you know, when it comes to protecting your Lucario, when it comes to walling, you know, because he's a shield face, you know, things that you don't want on your Lucario, Shieldon or Bastiodon is the way to go, okay? Bastiodon definitely unmatched when it comes to protecting Lucario, but it is what it is, okay? So stuff and things happen, and now we have Lucario versus Melmetal. We take that out, and it's Charizard, right? Think about it. If I had Bastiodon, I could have swept his team. You know, it's proper shield usage with Melmetal, and you know, we could have probably most likely swept his entire team, right? So definitely Bastiodon, worthy investment. Do I have one yet? Not completely set up, but it's functional. I've been doing some test matches. We take game number 1. So for this next match, what I wanted to do was again start with Flygon as the lead. That's a stupid idea. Don't ever do that, okay? Let's see how we do. So we start the match off with Flygon. And he starts off with the Hulk Hogan Body Slam and Bully. It is Sealeo. This is not the Tempest Cup, but that was a horrible start for me. I swapped to Lucario. He swaps the best anti-Lucario Pokemon in the whole entire metagame. Alolan Marowak couldn't get that Shadow Ball. I was just hoping, praying for another Hail Mary Shadow Ball. Am I gonna get it? Boom, I got it. Fantastic. But look at my HP. My Lucario is nothing. It's not gonna be able to take out the Sealeo. I didn't get any power-up punches, nothing. Okay, and both my Pokemon are weak to ice. That stinks. He burns my shield, and he finishes me off with an Aurora. My Hail Mary was just completely cancelled by that Hail Mary right there. And so the lesson is, don't bring Flygon if you know that your opponent doesn't have Bastiodon. That was the second mistake there. Alright, the first mistake was leading with Flygon. My friend that didn't have Bastiodon, what's he gonna do? Nothing. Now for this deciding match in this best of 3, I only had to do one simple thing. Get rid of Flygon. My buddy at this point in time did not have Bastiodon yet. And so, what's the point of bringing a Bastiodon Slayer? And another thing that I was doing was I was leading with Flygon, which is also another stupid mistake. But, you know, you live and you learn, okay? Let's see how we do. So we started the match off with Altaria, and he starts off with Lucario. Now this is bad for me because in The Sims, Lucario beats Altaria with 2 shields, okay? But the thing is, he swaps right away. The reason why he swapped right away is because he doesn't do PvP IVs, and he knows that my Altaria is a 99% PvP IV Altaria. The Sims aren't going to reflect what actually happened in the battle, and that's why you should do PvP IVs, guys. Alright? It's pretty easy to do. Anyways, we bring in Alolan Ninetales, we take out his Altaria, and he brings back his Lucario, which we hit with another Psyshock, burning another shield. And now it's a naked Lucario. And a naked Lucario is a Lucario who is as good as dead. You need those shields on Lucario. Need. Alright? And his last Pokemon isn't a tanky Pokemon. It's another squishy Pokemon. It's Charizard. And so, yeah. We take match number 3. Moving on to the next best of 3 for match number 1. Again, guys, what is my mistake right there? What is the... Flygon leads, guys. Don't lead with your Flygon. Okay? Let's see how we do. So we start the match off with Flygon versus Waterfall Kingdra, okay? Which is a fantastic lead, but the thing is, you're gonna need to burn the shields to keep it alive. And I am gonna burn those shields because I've got Mudshot, Dragon Claw, fast charging, fast attack, very cheap charge attack. It's just, you know, gonna burn the shields. And this is where I make a mistake. I shielded. I should have just like let that go, swap to my Lucario, and then use this guy, you know, to set up a couple of power punches so that I can sweep the rest of the team. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so I get my Lucario, I get a little bit of energy, alright? And then he swaps to his Lucario counter, which is Blaziken, and I'm like, okay, dang! Alright! You got, you know, some stuff set up. He swaps to his Lapras. This would have been great for him. But the issue is, I've got the shield advantage. Because he used Kingdra at the start, it kind of set him up to lose because he had to burn those shields, right? And so, yeah. But it would have been like really close if he did have those shields. But we take game number 1. So for match number 2, what I wanted to do was I wanted to run 2 flyers. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because at the time, this guy didn't have a Bastiodon setup, which is, you know, good because I can practice with, you know, some weird setups like this, alright? But I was thinking, since he has both Blaziken and Lucario, right? Because he did have a Lucario at the time, he might run both of them, right? Right? So, let's see how we do. So, we start off with an Altaria mirror match. And, funny story, my buddy was like, dang, my Altaria has doo-doo IVs. And in the back of my head, I was like, mine has like 99, you know what I'm saying? Okay, but watch the clip, alright? So I get off that sky attack, okay? You're gonna see moments where my Altaria kind of just goes, you see that? He just, I'm doing like a weird thing, but yeah. And I lose, right there, okay? That was lag. And lag is no joke. If you see, like in the tournament, your character or like your Pokemon just, you know what I mean? That's lag. You should definitely report it to tournament staff. But anyways, his Lucario is gonna take out my Lucario, and I'm left with Skarmory. The problem with Skarmory, why it's not as good as Altaria is, you know, Power Up Punch is neutral to it because it's Part Steel. That's why it's not as good as Altaria. Okay? But anyways, he finally gets to do something that I haven't done this whole entire video, and that is to use Flygon the right way as a finisher. Alright? So dang. GG's. For this deciding match, what I wanted to do was I wanted to bring the ice back. Why? Because he used Altaria and Flygon in the last match. That's it, you know? Let's see how we do. So we start the match off with Altaria versus Skarmory. Okay, Tempest Cup vibes, Tempest Cup throwback. Alright, here's the thing though. Altaria will tear through Skarmory as long as, you know, you have 2 shields. Alright, so I was ready to burn both shields just to get that little bit of advantage, but then he swaps right there to Frost Breath Lapras, and now I'm in danger. So I have to swap right away to my Lucario. Now my Lucario is going to be able to set up some power-up punches on this Lapras. Yeah, I'm going to need to shield though because Lucario is extra squishy. Alright, so anyways, we take that out. Alright, he's going to swap in his flying type, which is Skarmory. I got really greedy right there. I was trying to go for the Shadow Ball, but yeah, I couldn't get to it. But it is what it is. His Scarm is almost dead. My Altaria takes that out. And his last Pokemon is Lucario. And a naked Lucario, a shieldless Lucario, is a dead Lucario. Alright? He's gonna get that Power Up Punch, but we simultaneous KO and we win. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this video. I hope it taught you how to use Flygon properly. Again, don't lead with it. Alright, bring it only if your opponent has Bastiodon. There might be, some people without Bastiodon, and bringing your Flygon already puts you at a disadvantage, and also use it as a finisher. Alright, remember to leave a like, leave me comments down below, subscribe if you haven't yet, maybe ding that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys. Bye-bye!